Marcus, do you think that any of this stuff that's been going on with Sam has had any distraction, and how do you talk to the team to make sure that you guys are focused how you should be?
Yeah, I mean, coach is going to address all the Sam stuff. That's my job, is to try to make sure we're under center right now, getting some center quarterback exchanges after practice and put us in position for Jeff to have another good game and our offense to go into a hostile environment late in November and play a good football game. So I'm excited about the week we've had. They've done a heck of a job, and I'm really focused on these guys not taking their foot off the gas and being able to finish some games.
Have you been able to check in on Sam since his surgery, see how he's doing?
Yeah, love Sam. That the opportunity he's had to put himself in a position to heal, and I think he's done that. So it's been great.
How are you thinking about Jordan this week?
Yeah, it's good to see him running around today. Obviously good. You know, Jordan's been around each practice, each game, been here, involved every meeting. It's been day to day to see him out there running around again in those donut cleats is always exciting. So again, day to day, and if he's ready to roll, we'll be ready. But again, that's on coach and on him, and obviously his health is at the first the 4 point of everything.
How have you seen Jeff grow in these last couple of weeks?
I mean, you couldn't be more excited about anybody, and I haven't been excited about someone than this long who's put that much work in their entire career to go out and at this stage have an opportunity when it's been called on to execute and do some of the stuff that he's done in the last couple of weeks has been fantastic. I mean, you know, it hasn't been perfect. I don't expect it to be, but you know, he's done a really nice job, man, of not flinching and going in and executing a game plan. A lot of stuff in the last couple of weeks I think we can really hone in on and hopefully take advantage of, but couldn't happen to a better person at a better time.
He's had a difficult journey to get to this point. Does it say anything about him that he's kind of persevered through all that to get to this point?
I mean, it says everything about him. You know, I think we've all said it, and you guys have been around long enough when he's been here, and for even when I've got here to recruit him and get him here is you're recruiting a character and a person first, you know, and I think that never is something with our culture or with Kenny here at the program we've ever put behind the player, the person first. And Jeff's an amazing human being who loves football, who loves his team. I think at the end of the day, when you've got players like that in your team, you just hope they can put themselves in position to be athletically in a position to win some games and display some stuff in front of their player, their family and friends and locker room. And Jeff's a perfect example.
Prior to this stretch with him, it's been kind of like spot start here for him, spot start there, but the fact it's been multiple weeks, how has it been working and kind of progressing with him as the QB1 over multiple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned this, I don't know if I mentioned to someone who we were talking about it, you know, when you go from being a backup, when you talk about percentage of reps you get, and let's call it a 10-play rack, you're going to get 3 or 4 in a 10-play rack. The math on that, if simple math, you're going to get 30% to 40% of a practice, right? And so if you put that over the entire career, it's really hard to get really, really good at anything, any of us that's going to have 30% of the bulk, you know? And so all of a sudden now you're thrust into 100% or 80% probably of a 10-play rack. He's getting 8 now, you know? And it's like sometimes it's all 10. And I think it's just an awesome opportunity. He's a little more tired, you know, after entire practice, which is good, mentally and physically. But I think that the results in the game and the ability for him to be able to build the bandwidth to be able to go through play a whole game has been really good. And we got to do it again this week and next week.
Jeff had 3 different touchdowns to 3 different receivers on Saturday. What are your thoughts or evaluation of how he's been able to kind of go through the progression and trust everything?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot about, first of all, his trust in his players and the guys around him, the unselfishness to be able to know, hey, I'm going to go where the ball's supposed to go. It says a lot about the guys around him getting open and doing their job. Like, hey, I got my job to do for him, whether there's a lot of times in some of those progressions, it's the second or third read, and he's finding guys on third down or in touchdowns. So it's a really nice thing to see it being spread around to guys who are trying to make themselves available for a guy who's just trying to put it together and go through the progressions and do his job. So it's really cool to see.
You have some young offensive linemen that played really well in that last game and continue to make strides. What's it like seeing that Kai Stewart and Pule and
Yeah, I mean, to see the young guys get out there, I mean, you don't want to have to see it, obviously, and you get to certain stretches, but part of our jobs, you know, not looking at it in such a funnel. It's a long look at it. It's like to see the young guys and be able to project what your old line's going to look like. You start recruiting and developing guys and going, okay, we're really excited about that as we grow. has been awesome. I mean, to see young guys get out there right now, like I said, it's not what you hope for, but those guys are playing their tail off, man, and they're doing a really good job. For true freshmen to go in at O-line is, I mean, there's probably not much harder besides being a quarterback than being a true freshman offensive lineman in a league that is hard, you know.
What are your general thoughts on Colorado? It's been a team that's kind of struggled recently, but
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, they've won a lot of games last year. They've been around this. They've got a bye week. They're at home. It's senior night. You're on the road in the Big 12 at night. I mean, they've got everything right now that they need to come out and whoop us if we're not ready. And our guys need to walk in there and understand that. And I think they do. So they've got the talent. They've got the coaches. They know how to play the game. We've got to go in there and make sure we take care of our business.
Is there anything unique-wise, scheme-wise, that is unique from their end?
Yeah, not unique to overall to football. They're gonna play man coverage, you know, and they're gonna be able to rush the passer. They're not gonna be shy about showing what they do. They're gonna try to lock you up and press and play that stuff. I don't know. There's some change ups in there. They'll play some zero, and you got to be ready for that. But no, I think there's nothing crazy besides they take ownership of what they do. What you're gonna see is what you're gonna get. They're gonna play man coverage. They're gonna play man coverage, and that comes from the top down. I think probably. So we got to be ready for that, and our wide receivers got a good challenge.
Thank you, Marcus.
Have a good day.